All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of August the 7th, 2023. Brian and Michaela here with you as always. And I almost said July, Michaela. August already is upon us here, this first lobby bar of the month. This year is flying by. And I got to be honest, I'm glad it's August because July was too hot. August already is tracking to be too hot. Everything's
Mm,
too hot. Get me to fall, please.
yes. The best thing about August is that means it's only September or almost September, and that means that we can do pumpkin spice everything for basic bees like me. Can't wait
Yeah.
for that. Cannot wait. But
Yes, yes, everyone coming to the lobby bar can't wait either, as we did pumpkin and apple like every week for like 19 straight weeks last fall.
I
But
really
that's
don't
okay.
see the problem with that. I think that was a good thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
will say, we found some of the most amazing cocktails that I can't wait to share when that happens. I've sent you a couple of the tidbits of
Hmm.
that I've seen. They look amazing. So stay tuned for that. However, you showed me this brand new drink. Well, it's probably not brand new. It's like a
Brand new to
riff.
us.
But it's brand new to us. It's got Saint Germain in it. It's got Irish whiskey. It's like a love letter to Ireland. For me personally, it's really very strange, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was looking for some cocktails, and we keep dragging this around through the mud, but it has been hot, hot as all get outs. And you're looking for something good to have for a drink in the summer, and most of the time that's going to lead you to like clear liquors, right? So white
Yes.
rum to gin to silver tequila to vodka, stuff like that. But I really wanted something else, right? Because those, they've run their course, and I was interested in something a little bit more with a little bit more depth of flavor to it, a little bit more interesting. And I found this and I thought that this sounded amazing. It's called the Irish Maid, and it comes from I believe it's a cocktail bar. It's called Milk and Honey. And Sam Ross is the bartender there, who also came up with the cocktails, the Penicillin and the Paper Plane, which are new classics. So apparently Sam Ross is real good at his job, for sure. So go check out that. Check out Milk and Honey. If you're ever in the area, send us pictures because we need to go there now. We need to get a GoFundMe going for trip up to Milk and Honey. But when we get there, we're gonna have to have this cocktail. It is called the Irish Maid, and it has a couple of things in it that we love: Irish whiskey, Saint Germain, and cucumbers. So it's really light and delicate and summery, and it's going to be delicious. So let's mix one of these up. Take your shaker tin, put 2 slices of cucumber in there. Go ahead and give those a nice good muddle with your muddler, and then you're going to add 2 ounces of Irish whiskey, a half ounce of your Saint Germain or other elderflower liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, and 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Uh, Add some ice in, shake that up, and then strain it into a big rocks glass with a nice gigantic ice cube in there. Garnish it with a cucumber slice, sip, and enjoy.
Yes, and enjoy it you will. So here's something that I'm finding really interesting, because you're not wrong. Like most people think of summer drinks or even those kind of canned gin and tonics, kind of cocktails that you can take to the pool or take to the beach. Most
Mhm.
of those are clear liquor. So I have, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, the affinity for whiskey. I don't know. Is it going to be too deep or um too just big in your mouth for you being able to drink it quickly? Because that's the thing about whiskeys or kind of darker liquors is that I feel like if you chug them, you're immediately classed as an alcoholic, number one. And number two, you're not nearly as refreshed. But
True.
this, I don't know if it's like the mix of the lemon juice or like Saint Germain, because I just have such an affinity for elderflower liqueur. I'm not sure what it is about this, but this is like the best, like smoothest, like most refreshing, non-clear liquor, kind of spritzy. I mean, it's not really spritzy. I don't know how to explain it. It is so incredibly refreshing.
Mm-hmm. It is so very refreshing. It's got all that nice light, clear notes from the cucumber, which I always think of as like cucumber water. When you go to like the spa, you get a nice glass of cucumber water, and it feels very refreshing and very
Correct.
reinvigorating. So you get kind of those notes. I love the inclusion here of the Irish whiskey, which is a much softer whiskey.
Mm, sure.
Here in the States, we drink a lot of bourbon, which are very, almost like harsh tasting and have this very strong characteristic from the barrel aging that they're done in. But Irish whiskey is a lot more delicate. It has a lot more kind of honey notes to it. So it plays really well with that, and it creates just kind of this nice little bed for that cucumber to lay on, and then obviously you're getting kind of that floral hit from the Saint Germain, and this is very lovely. If you're looking to change it up this summer, as you're battling the heat, which doesn't seem to be any stopping anytime soon, for sure. I think that this is going to be a good one. I don't know if I'd have this like poolside necessarily, but if I'm sitting out on the porch, like under a ceiling fan, just wishing that it's going to be, middle of October soon, I think this is a good one. It's going to get me in the right headspace to finally turn over the fall leaf.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I gotta say, this screams like poolside to me. And maybe it's because you can make kind of the base of this ahead of time and keep it super chilled.
Mm.
If you kind of muddle the cucumber ahead of time, you could freeze that, and then that could add like an extra umptiousness of ice kind of cubeness if you're gonna do that.
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I think we need to explore for the rest of the summer, perhaps, this kind of the whiskey refreshing cocktails, because this blew my mind.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. This one was really great, and definitely worth your time to check out, to give that a try, and let us know what you think. And yeah, send us some info our way from Milk and Honey if you're ever up in that part of the world, and check it out. Let us know all of that stuff. What else have you been checking out? It is concert season in full swing. I'd made mention of it last week that I'd been out to see a couple of concerts, and I got a big one coming this week, Michaela. This one is good. Coming straight from the Beehive. It's going to be right here at the big giant NFL slash Charlotte FC stadium. But that is Beyonce is coming our way. Beyonce. Who doesn't love a little Beyonce this time of year?
That's right. I
Any
mean,
time of year.
any
All
time
the
of
times of
year.
year.
I mean, yeah, I can't wait to hear. I'm really jealous that I am not going to the Beyonce concert. So I want like a play-by-play of all the things.
Mm.
Um, I was able to see her when she came to Houston about I don't know, a bazillion years ago when we lived there. And I have to say, she puts on an amazing show. The music is really great. Her fan base is just awesome. And the energy is going to be really good.
Yes.
So I can't wait to
Yep.
hear all about it. That's something we should probably think about covering.
Mm.
She's
Yeah.
put out some pretty amazing albums that are
Might have
worth
to. Yeah.
to drink the
Yeah.
music
There's a lot of
deep dives.
bangers out there, as the kids might say, for sure. So I've never seen Beyonce. She actually was at my school, the University of Toledo, the year before I started attending there. But she wasn't Beyonce then. She was just Beyonce, member of Destiny's Child, still at that point. So I missed out on that. So I've never seen her. I'm glad you got to see her in Houston. I think she's from Houston, so
I
I think
did.
she
I did.
makes a Houston stop or two kind of every time she goes out on tour. So that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be, kind of right up there. I think she saw, what Miss Taylor Swift was doing with her concerts, and said, I can also do like some 3.5 hour, just like magnum opus of a concert for everyone. Like it looks like it's going to be insane. I'm very excited about it.
Yes. Make sure you get a nap beforehand if you're going to do that, because
I'm gonna take a
I
nap like
don't know how
during,
these
maybe. I have
entertainers
to
do
have to
this, right?
sleep.
Like it's the norm for Pearl Jam, apparently, according to Anthony. But 3.5 hours of singing, especially like the vocal range that Beyonce has. I mean,
Mm, mhm,
oof.
mhm.
I just, ice, water, lemon, honey. I don't know. Do whatever you
Yeah.
need to do with the vocal cords. Don't hurt yourself. That's a lot. It's just a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I'm gonna stay hydrated and do my best. I'm gonna be jamming out to Beyonce. We'll definitely check back and let you know what we thought about the concert and on the social medias and stuff like that, at Drink the Movies on all the things. So follow us along there. And you want to make sure that you're following along with us on Patreon. Now that we've turned the page over to Drink the Music for the time being, and probably going forward, it seems like we're having a good time doing these. And a lot of that content is going to be on Patreon, including our Patreon polls for what album we're going to be covering. So last week we did our first ever Drink the Music episode, Volume 1. We talked about Joni Mitchell's Blue, a all-time classic album, and then we put the vote up on Patreon and gave everyone a vote. And today, or this week, we're going to be covering Coldplay's Viva La Vida or Death and All of His Friends, one of my favorite albums. So I'm very excited to talk about that. And the only way you can vote in those polls is over on our Patreon. It's patreon.com/drinkthemovies. Go check that out. We got bonus episodes. We've got cocktails there. We did some cocktails for a beloved Mattel toy last week. We're doing some bonus cocktails for some beloved comic book heroes this week. So make sure you go check that out and get the extra bonus content, all that stuff. It's a great way to support the podcast. And make sure you're liking and subscribing and doing all that stuff, because the music drops are coming fast and furious while we keep our eyes on the SAG Writers Guild strikes going on, and keeping our eye on all that stuff. And thoughts are still going out to all those people affected by that on all sorts of levels. So keeping our eye on that. But music is the jam, Michaela. Music is our jam, your jam, my jam, Coldplay's jam, and that's what we're going to be talking about this week.
That's right. We can't wait. Well, I am going to make us up another one of these drinks because they're really delicious. And I guess we'll see everybody next time at the lobby bar.